Okay guys, I'm gonna take there's the new trike, by the way, review on that coming soon. I'm gonna take the Basalt out again and do some more testing with it to make sure it's fixed. If you're new to the channel, I've had some problems with the Mokwheel Basalt, and as it turns out, the cadence sensor was damaged and we replaced it. Took it for just a short ride and it seems to be fixed, but we just want to make sure it's fixed before I sell this. So I'm just going to take it out for a little bit of a longer ride today, for an hour or so, and get a little mileage on it and just make sure everything is good to go. So that's what we're doing. I got the bike set up, I got my bag on there, got my phone already set up, I got my garage door opener over here, got the camera, got my helmet on, so I think we're ready. So let's just go ahead and get this thing out of here, go for a ride. All right, so it feels good to be back on the Basalt again. Tell you what, I really like the bike. And you've seen any of my other videos, you know I do, because I really talked a lot about it. And such a smooth bike, pretty quiet, very powerful. Most powerful bike I've had so far. So it's just been great on a whole bunch of levels. Such a smooth bike, I tell you. 28 miles an hour on throttle only, which is, turns out is pretty rare. Most companies aren't doing that. They're only giving you 20 miles an hour on throttle only. And then you have to pedal like crazy to try to get up to 28. Another warm day today. However, 91 degrees right now. However, the humidity is low. So that is pretty nice. Usually it's high humidity, and the humidity is what really just takes it out of you and makes it nasty. But yeah, we got some low humidity today. Not sure if I'll find out before crossing the street here. 53%. So 53% humidity is considered, I don't know if it's low, but I mean it's not bad at all for Florida. Let's just say it that way. Because oftentimes you're running around and it's 80-90% humidity. And that is just thick. Let me tell you what, that is just nasty if you've never experienced it. So alright, I'll wave that guy on because he was creeping up, but then the light turned for us. Okay. Alright. So let's see here. What else can we talk about? We've got 2 more bikes coming in this week. So this week I've got another bike from Zorabike. Zorabike is the company that sent me the cargo bike, the orange cargo bike that I've liked. And they reached out and they really liked the videos I produced, and they wanted to send me their other bike. They only have 2. So, you know, it's a newer company. They're just getting started like so many others. So I said, sure, why not? Send it. So it's going to be a smaller bike. Seems to have a smaller frame, and I believe it's a folding bike. So yeah, we'll see what all that's about. So we'll be getting that delivered on Monday. And of course, with the holiday week, it'll be a few days before I can get a video done on that. And I told him that too. It's kind of in line. I've got a couple other things I need to do first. I need to do the trike that we just got. So I got to do a video on that, introduce you to that one. And on Wednesday, I have the Deer Mini coming in. The Magicycle Deer Mini I talked about recently, and how much I liked it, how much I wanted to get it. And I reached out to Magicycle, and though they're not going to sponsor the video, they did give me a big discount on it, because I would be making some videos and helping promote it a little bit. So I opted to go ahead and purchase that one because it has everything I was really looking for, and it is a smaller frame bike. So that's going to be my main bike, my primary ride. Whereas this one was at one time, this one in the Scoria, but I'm selling this one, and so I'm hoping the Magicycle Deer will be my primary bike that I use for everything when I'm not out doing reviews for other bikes. It's got long range, 20 amp hour battery. It's a 20-inch tire, so it's smaller. Smaller means it's a little easier to handle, a little more nimble. Of course, hydraulic brakes, hydraulic front suspension, air suspension on the rear, which is real nice. I haven't had a dual suspension bike yet, so I'm just excited about it. I looked at their Ocelot Pro for a long time. Well, they've got this all closed off here. I have to go down the curb. Alright, we can do that with these big tires. So Magicycle has the Ocelot Pro, which is a great bike. Now I'm in a traffic circle. Not much traffic, but the sidewalk is closed on the other side, so I'm going to be in the street for a while, so we will go around like we're supposed to. So the Magicycle Ocelot Pro I've been wanting to get my hands on, but Magicycle just hasn't wanted to work with me because my channel is a little small and just didn't have the views, and so they just weren't interested, I guess. And it wasn't the perfect bike, so I wasn't interested in purchasing it. But now the Magicycle Deer Mini is similar to the Ocelot Pro in a lot of ways, but certainly upgraded. So that's why I decided to work a deal, and we went ahead and picked that up. So that's 2 bikes coming in this week. So that's what's going on this week, along with the 4th of July holiday. Let's see, I did get rid of a couple of bikes. Devin, son-in-law Devin, picked up the Zoda Zephyr this past week, and daughter Emma picked up the Truxus Lynx, at least temporarily for a while, so she's got that, so that's out of the garage. And daughter Amanda really wants to keep the Scoria, so she's going to have that one, that's hers. So that helped me out a little bit with space in the garage for these new bikes and the trike. So when you're just cruising along at 28 miles an hour, it's kind of hard to pedal, so we're just going to sit back and enjoy the ride. Got a lot of wind noise, but this camera does pretty good, so I'm guessing you don't hear too much of that. I am in the bike lane, which is rare for me, but this is a newer road. It's not very traveled very much, so not too concerned about heavy traffic. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and slow down though. And I'm going to put it in like pedal assist 5 so I can pedal. And we're just going to cruise along here and test out that cadence sensor for a little bit. Oh, too high. Can't pedal that fast on this bike. So we're going to have to bump it down. Maybe pedal assist 3. Yeah, that'll keep us about 19 miles an hour, so that's good. So far it's working just fine. So, but if you remember, this bike, the problem was kind of intermittent, and which is kind of strange, but when we pulled that old cadence sensor off, it was chewed up, you know, it was clearly damaged, so I'm confident that that's all it was. Hopefully there's not an additional problem, but I don't think so. But just trying to be prudent and be honest, and so I wanted to get this out and put some mileage on it before I offered it up for sale and said that there's nothing wrong with it. Of course, whoever buys it, I will tell them that I had to replace that sensor under warranty, and just so they're aware of that. What do you think I should sell this bike for? So, when this bike first came out, it was, well, I think they had it advertised for like 22 or something, but it's permanently on sale for like $19.99. And you know, I bought it during Black Friday, and I got a lot of, you know, accessories with it that are, some were okay, some were not worth much at all, but it did come with some accessories. But then just a couple months later, they completely changed the Basalt. So they changed it so it now has a torque sensor, it has a thumb throttle instead of a half twist, and they changed the button pad so you can actually see the buttons, and you know, a couple other little things like that. So now you've got the newer generation out, but it is a torque sensor, and not everybody likes torque sensor. So it's been such a great bike. You know, I would say the value is still there if you kind of, you know, it's what, 7 months old, and honestly I've probably only got 300 miles on the bike, so the tires are still fine. There's nothing with those. So I've been thinking about what I'm going to price it at. I do have some additional accessories now. I purchased the front rack. I purchased the large basket that goes on the back, which I took it off for today, but you know, I've got that. So that was like $120 for those. I've got mirrors I put on here, and let's see, anything else we've done. This phone holder came with the bike, so that's an accessory that'll continue to go with the bike. Oh, I've got the suspension seat post and the Cloud 9 seat right now on here, so those are all upgrades. So in all, I've probably got an additional easily $200 in upgrades that I put on. Actually, no, more than that. More like closer to 3 when you consider the two basket, you know, the rack and basket. So I do have the inverter. If you're familiar with Mokwheel, I have the inverter for this bike that I've never used, so that's going to go with it. And they sell those inverters, I believe, for, last time I looked, I think it was $2.99, maybe $3.99, I don't know. So that'll go with it. Oh, and I have the regular front basket that goes on the front, so I've got that too. So a lot of accessories, a lot of upgrades. So when I price my bikes, I don't try to maximize profits. I try to give people a really good deal on them. Especially since, you know, a lot of these bikes I get them for, you know, for free. Now this was my very first bike, and I purchased this one, so there's a little bit of sentimental there for me. But with my relationship with Mokwheel, I'm happy to let this go. So that sentimentalism is gone, I guess, now. But so yeah. So what do I price it at? I'm thinking I'm just going to let it go with all the accessories for $1,500. That's $500 off of the price of a brand new one right now that has a torque sensor. But for that $1,500, you get the suspension seat post, the Cloud 9 seat, the inverter. You get the front basket. You also get the front rack that I purchased separately. You get the large basket in the back. You know, you still get the cell phone mount. You get the 2 mirrors. So, yeah, I think that's a good deal for someone, and so I think that's where I'm going to price it at. So let me know if you think that's more than fair, because I like to be more than fair on my resale of items. Plus, it helps them to sell quickly, and also it makes people happy, because, you know, one lucky person will get a really good deal on the bikes that I sell. And the bikes that I have sold so far, everyone's been real happy, and, you know, with the price that I let them go at. So it helps people out too that maybe, you know, couldn't otherwise afford the bike. So anyway, that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it unless someone has a really good reason I should change it. Thanks for waiting. So we're having no hesitation out of this cadence sensor, no surging like I was having before. Before I was having this, you know, this surging motion where it would kind of want to kick in, and then it'd cut back, and then it'd try again, and then it'd cut back, and all kinds of nonsense going on. But even though we've only gone, you know, 5 or 6 miles, I'm confident that this thing is ready to be sold. So I think we're going to go home and take some photos and get it listed. $93 degrees now. See how it jumped up? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that temperature really rises in the afternoon. Not sure what the high is supposed to be today. I think it's supposed to be, wow, according to this, by 5 o'clock it's going to be 97 degrees. So it's 93 right now. And when you're sitting still, you really feel it. I really need to get this air conditioning going here. Come on, light. Come on, light. Talk to me, light. Where's that squeak coming from? I got a squeak. I don't know. I think I need to adjust that basket, that rack too. It's a little crooked, so I'll make an adjustment or two. Come on. Yeah, this is ridiculous. All right, we're going. There's no one around. No one to the right, no one to the left. One car turning, and I'm baking in the sun. It could be that I wasn't heavy enough and there's a sensor there, and so that could be it too. I could have been sitting there all day waiting for another car to come along to trigger the sensor. Jackasses everywhere. All right, so guess we're gonna call this our last ride on the Basalt. And all is well. We're almost home. Happy to be getting rid of it. Happy to be moving on. It's been a great first bike. I think I got spoiled with this bike because, you know, I got it as my first bike, and it's such a great bike. It's got so many great features and so well built. I mean, the weld joints are all ground down and smooth, and just so many things about this bike that's really nice. So, whew, bug. But so yeah, I'll miss it a little bit, but just a small little bit. I realize how blessed I am. I've got a growing YouTube channel and multiple bikes that I can ride and use and enjoy. So we'll just keep moving forward. That's it for this video, guys. Ride safe. I'll see you in the next one.